Hello and welcome to India Today. I am Sanjay Ponnappa.
And this is Maruti Acharya, and we just completed watching the teasers of both Kaantha and Loka Chapter 1, Chandra.
Yes.
The teasers really impressed us. We have got a lot of recommendations also, so then we decided we are already late, so we will do a
Roundup. We are missing out on a lot of trailers, or we do watch all of them, but we are kind of missing out on bringing it to you guys
Yeah.
because of various reasons. So we thought let's just bring this concept in where if we are missing out
Sometimes.
on multiple trailers, we'll just round them up for you.
The reason behind rounding both of them is because Dulquer Salmaan is backing both of them. So let's first start with Kaantha. The film stars Dulquer Salmaan, Samudragani, and Bhagyashri Borse, and the movie is directed by Selvamani Selvaraj. It is a periodic cinema-based cinema. Before we talk about further details about the teaser, Sanjay, how was the teaser for you?
So our reaction of these teasers are on our other channel, India Today Source Out. Do make sure to check them out. But when we watched it, the first thing that I said was interesting. Well, I was kind of processing. We've sort of kind of gotten used to all these big event films, something a lot happening, dynamic happening, all of that.
Action, gory.
After that, while we are doing that, I got to see this teaser where it is sort of black and white. There's this vintage touch to it. Detailing has gone to the level where it also seems like it is
Yeah.
from that age with the color palette and all of it. The kind of presentation that was happening, it's a small story.
Yeah.
But it is presented in such a beautiful way. It's such an interesting way with everything from the detailing to the set
Correct.
design to the cinematography to the intensity built, penultimately to the actors and the performances,
Yeah.
and finally to the director and the way it has been written. It's just the teaser, and the teaser set the whole thing up so beautifully that I'm already sold for the film.
Absolutely agree. The first thing that I'm really impressed about the teaser is how Dulquer Salmaan, especially if you look at his recent Telugu films, which starting with Mahanati, where he played Jamni Ganeshan, and then Sita Ramam,
Lucky Bhaskar.
Lucky Bhaskar recently, and now this. If you see, it is kind of a periodic history kind of setup. Maybe 20 years, maybe 60 years, maybe 100 years, but it is that setup based movie, and he's in another movie. But how is he trying to make it look different, feel different, and try to look more like the character than the actor is playing? That is something really, really impressive. Even while watching the teaser, also after watching the teaser, when I just gave it a thought, is when I realized his previous films have been films like this. But when you think about the performances, were they same? Absolutely not. So that shows how brilliant of an actor Dulquer is, and backing it as a producer also with Rana Daggubati. These kind of films definitely still are theatrical experiences. The visuals, the colors, it has a very the natural film tone also to it. Again, it's not just a color graded version. It has a very nice film tone to it. The camera, the lighting, especially some shots, the lighting is really good. The production design, costumes, Bhagyashri Borse also looks really, really good. So this is also the big theater spectacle experience that at least I am really excited for.
What you said about him doing only period stuff in Telugu is interesting because it doesn't feel like that. While he does one of that, he goes to another industry and does something else. He goes to a Malayalam and does something else.
Yeah, a king of Kota.
I know that there is a King of Kota, but
Yeah.
before that there are several other
I agree.
iconic films,
I
right?
agree.
So he does that, and then he does a series like Guns
Yeah.
and Gulabs. He does a Chup. He does Lucky Bhaskar.
Guns
all
and
of this.
Gulab also is a setup based film only, not to a very large extent.
Fair. Chup.
It is not a.
Is it
setup
set
based-
in a period?
It is not a period based film.
Yeah. So Chup. So he does so many things. He does a Kalki also. Now don't.
Yeah.
That is in the future. Okay. So he does films like these and brings in that light, and you don't really feel fatigued by the
Yeah.
way he is presenting himself.
Yeah.
Which is what I wanted to get to, because I still remember the way I felt after watching a film like Karwan. I enjoyed it so much because it was a theatrical
Correct.
film, and from today's standards, it is an OTT film. So what is the difference? I feel like Dulquer is one of those many people who is kind of bringing back that balance between a smaller film
Absolutely
and a
agreed.
bigger, massive scale film,
Yeah.
and bringing that theatrical experience, a balance to that
Yeah.
between the two.
Agreed. And Kanta is another attempt like that. And the everything that we've seen as of now looks really, really interesting and very, very hopeful about the film. And again, also after all the discussion, I think I started by saying that I really like him doing those kind of roles, despite of him doing. Again, if there is any miscommunication there, I want to clear it. I am not mentioning it as a problem. Now, moving on to the next film, that is Lokah Chapter 1, Chandra. Another brilliant trailer, brilliant attempt, technically sound attempt from Malayalam cinema, I must say.
From what it looks like in the teaser.
But with the looks of the teaser, it feels like it is going to be a superhero film. The film stars Kalyani Priyadarshan, Naslen, and the movie is directed by Dominic Arun, music by Jakes Bajaj. There's that da-da-da-da-dum sound coming in the background as soon as I say Jakes Bajaj.
I'm
Very
like waiting
nice.
for that climax.
I like him in King, like his music in King of Kotha also actually.
Yeah.
Now coming to the teaser, Sanjay, what worked for you in the teaser? How was it?
I was really interested in the action presented there. One thing is that in Indian cinema especially, superhero genre is still not completely tapped into.
Agreed.
Right? We had a Minal Murli, we had a lot of discussions, and then nothing is really materializing.
Yeah.
If you look at the recent trends, superhero films get announced, but then becomes unheard of, and that has been continuously happening. Why? Probably because our Indian heroes themselves are superheroes of sorts.
Yeah.
They can pull off a lot of things that a superhero in a Western
Can't.
film usually does. That might be one reason, but it seems really interesting that a film Loka, which doesn't really seem like a big budget film,
Yeah.
but the way the presentation has been, the way everything has set up, Captain America or a Batman, Superman level, it does reflect something that we'd seen in Marvel's television series. Something like a Miss Marvel is what I was reminded of. Color palette, all of that. It seems like they're pulling off effects to that level, and I am really impressed by the way that a minimal budget film
Yeah.
can pull off something like that.
For me, the visual aesthetic of the teaser is really, really good. I really like the visuals of the teaser. If that is how the film is going to be, brilliantly done, because the balance of the effects, the colors, the tone, and what is required to have that international standard quality with having the Indianness in it is really, really good. And second thing, like he mentioned, adding on to the point of why superhero films or all these projects usually get shelved, is because it is so difficult to make them, A, mount them, and 3, match the expectations of audience, because we already watch. See, for us, we are paying our $150, which we're going to pay for the Indian film as well. When we are able to watch a Superman and a Batman for the same price, we expect a similar quantity, which is not wrong. So amidst these expectations, there are very few attempts, but I am still happy that we are not letting the attempts go down. We are continuing to give our attempts, reach a position where we find a common ground, and then again grow together and give what competition Hollywood should think of giving competition to us. That is where we are supposed to reach.
Yes.
So I am very happy and hopeful. And second thing is, I am very proud of how Indian cinema can achieve a Minnal Murli. Like making a film like Interstellar or Gravity or all these Marvel movies with that kind of budgets is something that anybody can do, is how I feel. But how we are achieving Minnal Murli and these kind of films, again, if done right, is a success story that we should talk about. I hope Lokah Chapter 1 Chandra becomes one such movie.
Yes.
I am genuinely excited and impressed with the teaser.
Well, that was our review of the 2 teasers that released yesterday, recently. One is Kanta, the other is Lokah Chapter 1 Chandra. If we've missed out on any other content that you would like us to get back to and check out in a similar fashion, do mention them in the comment section below.
Yes, with that, this is Maruti Acharya
And I am Sanjay Ponappa.
and you're watching India Today.